Hi, I'm Eli. Welcome back to IgnitionTube. I was going to start this video with a nice montage of all the parts that I got in, but this was literally the last one that came in, and it's the only one that I needed. This is a new hood strut, so we can get rid of this. It was out for delivery, and then they marked it as damaged and sent it back. But I bought another one. Lift support. Ah, I get it. It's like life support. Oh, you know what we need is like a block of wood. I don't know. Here? Okay, that's definitely staying there. Okay, one off. Is the wood actually gonna hold it up? Oh, this is sketchy. There we go. All right, stay. I need lift support. Yeah. Lift support in business, baby. Oh yeah. Does it fit? Oh, well that wasn't on there to begin with. That, not supposed to do that. If you remember in the previous video, we took the entire front clip off of this car for the purpose of cleaning everything out. There was a mouse nest on the back, there was a bunch of gunk in the engine bay, we cleaned all of that out, we deep cleaned the interior, and then we also, like I said, took the entire front clip off. The reason we took the front clip off was to access a bunch of stuff, but it also set us up for this video. So this video is gonna be broken up into probably like 3-ish, maybe 4 different segments. Part number 1. The cooling system service. Do you remember when we bought this car, and you can actually kind of see it, there's all sorts of stuff leaking back there. So I got all the stuff to replace it here, along with a new belt and a water pump, which are on this side of the motor. Then we'll also replace what's called the crack pipe. It's the coolant crossover pipe. That constantly failed. Somehow, in my parts ordering, I managed to order 2. This video is not sponsored by any part suppliers, so I can tell you that I bought most of this stuff from Auto House AZ. There was an order from ECS, an order from FCP Euro, an order from Rock Auto, a couple orders from eBay, and 1 order from Amazon. Basically, I set up this spreadsheet of the best prices, and I just bought whatever has the best prices. But I think all in for this car, including the brakes and all that stuff, I'm around $1,100 to $1,200 in parts. I'll put the total on the screen. The only thing I'm not doing is timing chains on this car, and the reason for that is it's not making timing chains noise, and it only has 84,000 miles on it. Should I be doing timing chains? You could argue yes, you could argue no. It's ultimately gonna be dependent on what VAGCOM says the chain stretch is at, but again, it doesn't make any noise. I'm not unhappy with it. The brakes on this thing, I mean, maybe if I drove on them, they're actually pretty much new. I didn't really check that before I did this. I'd probably get them resurfaced or something. But I decided just to replace them because everything's been sitting. So new pads, new rotors. The rears have a little bit of a lip on them. I probably should have just honed them and put new pads on them. Oh well, I'm doing it the right way. We're doing it the right way. So that's one. The cooling fans, when we put it back together, we'll do. And then finally, the stupid rear wiper thing is stripped. Now, if you remember from my GTI days, I am a firm advocate for the rear wiper. But I'm gonna try the rear wiper delete, and if I hate it, I'll take it out and replace it with something else. But you know, everybody says delete the rear wiper, so I figured I'd try. But this finish is garbage. Nice. Well, maybe I'll have to paint that or something. And I got the wiper delete in. I repainted this, and it actually came out really nice. I'm actually very happy with how that sealed up there. I don't know how it's gonna hold up because it's only spray paint, but I mean at some point I could always plasti dip it. Pretty happy with that. Really easy install, just a nut on the back, and then the trim should cover all of that. And people are saying I don't even have to do anything with this, so I think I just zip tie this up so it doesn't rattle around, and go from there. When we were taking the cowl off, I ended up drilling this guy out, so we got to replace this whole wiper mechanism. Actually, I got a couple things in here that I forgot about. I have the noise pipe block off plate. I got this off of eBay. It was really cheap. And then the hood latch. So the hood latch is obscenely sticky. In one of the forum posts that I was looking at the wiper motor stuff, mentioned that you can't test the wiper motor unless the hood is shut, which is why, if you remember in the original video that I got this car in, I started driving and I'm like, oh, the wipers work. Around the corner to the shop. Oh God. Oh, the wipers work. No, I think the hood just shut enough for a second that the car thought it was actually closed, and activated the wiper motor. So I have a feeling the wiper motor is good. I ruined the wiper assembly, and once we have a new hood latch in there, fingers crossed, everything should be good on the wiper perspective. Now, I told you I spent a good amount of time with that hood latch. A new hood latch is $60 from FCP Euro. I got this one for $16 or $13 off of Amazon with 2-day shipping. So it looks like it should fit. It feels brand new, and I mean, I guess I could replace 4 of those for the price of 1 of those. So if it starts getting sticky or whatever, we'll figure it out. You guys really liked the last video being a full story of the process, so I'm gonna try to make this one the same way. So let's get into it. All right, let's see if this even fits over this stuff. All right, nice. All right, so noise pipe blocked off. I don't know where the top piece is for this. I gotta find it. I dropped it somewhere down in here, but that's taken care of.
It's what you do to me, babe, I can guarantee. Honey, I got what you need. Under the night sky, I want your eyes.
This should technically just pop right off.
Don't tell me lies now, I always get mine. Don't play with me.
Oh, all right, well, we're leaking. Nice. That's it? There's no way that's it. So I let it idle up to temperature. Okay, so this is really coolanty still, which is weird. That was water and coolant, I think. Looks like mostly water now. Yeah, that's warm, so it was making its way through. If I start the car with that disconnected, does a bunch more coolant come out? That's probably a dumb idea. Oh, more or less, all right. I posted a clip of this on Instagram, but we've upgraded from the 3 blocks in the plastic container to Eli's Woodworking radiator support bracket. 2 wood blocks, so it doesn't go forward, doesn't go backwards. Man, that is professional grade right there. Much like every other video that I've watched on the topic, it looks like this started to leak. You can see the gasket actually failed. Oh, it's really crispy. Yeah, the gasket failed here. Is that even the gasket, or is that part of the house? I think that's actually part of the housing that's failing. And someone has, you see that white stuff down there? Someone has taken the time to try to patch that up without pulling it out, which I don't know why you would do that, because it's really not that bad to get in here. That one looks plastic, which is good because I have a metal one to replace it. All right, so if I was really smart, I would have ordered this replacement in metal, which they do make, but I didn't. And if I was really, really smart, I would have ordered a new thermostat cover, but I also didn't. Luckily, these aren't, what the heck, that's not a 10? Oh, it is a 10. And then assuming that thermostat housing, oh, it does come off. I probably should have bought a new thermostat housing. That one's on me. So this guy goes this way. We have the O-ring in there, and then the thermostat cover goes on like this. I wonder what the torque spec is for a thermostat housing. I feel like that's probably good. I've been at this a really long time. The internet says you can just wiggle it back and forth and it eventually comes out. I managed to put a hole in it at the back with a screwdriver. Some guy said that if you put a hole in it, it would come out because the screwdriver could leverage it out. That hasn't worked for me. So I don't really know what I'm doing. Not sure if you could see it, but I had the pry bar here. I rotated, this was at the bottom originally. I rotated it so I could see it, and I just gave it one good pull. You can see I pretty much broke that off. This guy's broken off. It's cracked. Actually, it might not have cracked. But that thing's out. That was awful. And now we're gonna try to thread this new guy back in there. Come on back out. Check out this solution. So it didn't go in that time, and it's supposed to just slide right in apparently. So I put sandpaper on the jack pole, and I've been spinning it around in there, and I think I've gotten some out. So I've done this to both O-rings so far, hammering it in. Hammering's probably not the way to go. I took a night and thought about it, and my homie Aaron Davis said, can you get a wire wheel in there? He was like, you could just pull the alternator off. But then I remembered I have this. This is a 12-inch one, there's another 6-inch one. So I think this is an 18-inch extension for a drill, but I got the little wire wheel on the end of it, and I should be able to sneak that all the way through. Yeah, okay. All right, now we gotta get it on the impact. So now if I get it up in there, maybe I'll go the other way so I don't splash coolant all over everything. Felt like I was jinxing it with the camera, so I didn't film it, but I wiggled it in there, just like we did in the past ones, and it like felt way smoother. My buddy Omar suggested putting it at a little bit of an angle and give it a little tap, put a little bit of another angle, give it a little tap, and we kind of worked it in a circle. So I wasn't just, last time I put it out, I was just hammering on it. This time, way less force, and it seems to be seated. I'm gonna pour some water in here. Last time I poured some water in there, it was leaking out. And while we have the extension out, go ahead and clean up in here too. That entire area put back together, new thermostat in there, new housing, new gasket, new metal pipe, and all the hoses put back together. Exciting. Let's move on to something else. It's probably the loudest thing I've heard in a while, but we're gonna test if the cooling system holds vacuum. If it does, we don't have a leak. If it doesn't, then we got a problem somewhere. Vacuum at -24, and if it stays there for 30 seconds, oh, you can't really see that, but vacuum's at -24. If it stays there for 30 seconds, we should be in business. Is this lens dirty? I think it is. At this point, if I was smart, I would have brought my Rova coolant over and we could have filled the whole system, and that would have been that. But I'm not. I think I have the hood latch figured out. So if I press this in here, it's locked. That's like the hood coming down and locking. So then, I think it's gonna work. All right, here we go. Why won't it latch? I just held this up and slammed the crap out of the hood, and it's shut now. So hopefully, when I pull this, it opens. Otherwise, we're gonna have a really bad time. Oh yeah! Let's do it again. So I pull this up, and then we're in business. If I turn the key on, do the windshield wipers work? Key on. They work. They work! let's get rid of this ugly thing. If you can see, there's some dents there. Looks like someone's played tic-tac-toe, and overall, it's bad. I looked on the inside, it says made in Taiwan. That means it's never gonna fit right. Aftermarket fenders, no matter who they're from, never fit like OEM. Don't skimp on that. So, we have a brand new, and I mean brand new, straight from the dealership, right side fender. And if someone wants this, I don't know, comment on the video, you can have it. Well, that's nice. Good thing I hit record on that time lapse. I got the fender off, and look at all the nastiness that's under here. I've watched the guys at Mike's do this a bunch of times, so I have an idea of what I'm supposed to do, but man, is it challenging. It's like a little bit too low here, a little bit too out here, maybe a little bit too high here, like maybe it has to come back a little bit. I'm really not sure. I'm pretty happy with the line here. That's not bad. And then this door line actually came out almost perfect. Maybe a little bit smaller at the bottom than the top, but I'm gonna leave the fender liner out on this side, and when we get the car painted, I'll have the guys adjust it, but for now, that's so much better. That's actually the first time in this entire project that I've shut the camera off because I've been so frustrated and I just wanted to work. Now, I got the two bottom bolts off because I can go at an angle and pull on the breaker bar and there's enough room. But as you can see on the straight up and down, the top bolt, the breaker bar flexes more than the gap allows. So then I got the impact out. I broke my M14 socket. But I had the impact out on an extension, and the old mid-torque's just not doing it, so I think I'm finally gonna bite the bullet and buy the high torque. Well, I literally tried one more time with the giant ratchet from Tekton, and it worked. Don't ask me how, don't ask me why, but it worked. Now I just gotta get this stupid rotor off. There we go. All right, now to do the other side. All right, here's the deal. I really struggled. I already did the other side. Really struggled getting the caliper compressed. I have all the tools for it, and none of them were working. I ended up undoing the bleeder screw on the back of the caliper. So obviously, if you've never done brakes before, you don't know this. If you have, you're like, duh. Take this little rubber cover off. That's what the bleeder is. That's where brake fluid is supposed to be bled, which will flush the brake fluid in a different video. But I loosened that up, and then I was just spinning the caliper back, or spinning the piston back with a C-clamp, and it was going back like butter. Everything else I had to fight. Even with the brake reservoir cap open, it was way easier to just undo the bleeder, and then I'm gonna bleed the brakes anyway, so I'm not really worried about it. All right, now we got a big puddle on the ground, but I got my pig mat. Now we tighten this guy back up. girls, a little sneak peek into the next video. This has been a long one. It has been a lot of work. My hat's on crooked. How about that? It's been a long one. It's been a lot of work. The brakes, I got stumped by 2 different nights. Frustrating, but not an end of the world thing. But we have fresh pads and rotors in the front and in the rear. If it matters to you, there's Zimmerman rotors and PowerStop Z23 pads, I want to say. I've been running PowerStop on almost everything recently. I'm really happy with the pad. If I go to Wookiees, I'll probably swap them out for something a little more heavy duty for the back roads, but for the driving that I do, they're perfect. And they don't cause brake dust. So this was a long one. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. Kind of broke it up into different sections. Hope it came out well. I know I've been editing some of this before I even finished the video, and I thought it came out great. So let me know your thoughts on the video. Let me know your thoughts on the car. And next time, today, I don't know, today's Thursday the 16th. I'm gonna try to get this video out today. This car goes to paint on the 20th. So my work is cut out for me. I got to get the engine bay back together. I got a whole bunch of other stuff. I won't do too many other spoilers. Just stay tuned for the next video. It won't be 3 weeks before we post the next one, hopefully. Thanks for watching. Go out there and spread some positivity, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.